Nice to be back here in Northern Ireland, ladies and gentlemen. Slightly more threatening than the Republic of Ireland, I think we'll all agree. Even the road signs. There's a road sign halfway down a hill in Newry, and it just says, try your brakes. And you think, what the hell have you done to my brakes? And it's halfway down the hill as well. I'm always getting in trouble in traffic. I was nearly run over in Stockholm recently because I did the usual thing that Irish people do when they're trying to cross the road in a foreign city. You don't look at the traffic signals, do you? You look to see if there's anybody else crossing the road, and then you follow one of them. So I fell into line behind this guy. He knew what he was doing. He crossed the road, I crossed the road, he crossed the road, I crossed the road. He crossed the road, and a tram went in between the two of us, nearly killing both of us, and he turned around and in the broadest accent I've ever heard went, Jesus, that was mad, wasn't it? Well, that means you nearly killed the two of us, so I did. Ah! So why are you walking so confidently and quickly? Because I thought somebody was following me, that's why. Yeah, I do get to travel a lot. I should have known that guy, by the way, was Irish and not Scandinavian. Scandinavians obey the traffic signals. I've been there. 4 o'clock in the morning, there'll be 400 hammered Swedish people standing there waiting for the little green man to appear before they cross the road. You wander up hammered going, is there something going on? We're waiting for the little green man. Okay, I'm Irish and a little bit pissed. I'll be him. They're not like the Vikings. Oh, no. The Vikings were mental. They're the reason we drink so much. 1,000 years ago, a water supply in a Viking town would get contaminated. So they would give children as young as 3 beer so they didn't have to drink the water. That's not good. You'd have to get a hangover. Imagine you were 3 and you call into your mate, and he's 3 as well, and he's just sitting there in dark glasses. Sweat pumping out of him. Jesus, I'm dying. My arse is in tatters. Where were you? I was having a few quiet pints at the creche last night. Those Montessori lads are lunatics. It was Paul's birthday. He's hitting the big 4. I ended up getting sick. Petty flew all over the shop. Not even wearing the right bib. Monday to Friday. Woke up beside a babysitter. Couldn't even remember her name. About 4 o'clock in the morning, staggered in this toddler. I don't know if he was pissed or just learning to walk. Starts a row with Paul after Paul says that Bob the Builder doesn't do all the work. You've got a couple of Latvian lads doing it for him instead. See, wouldn't you've loved to have known that? Underage drinking is a tradition in Ireland and Britain. Would you've loved to have known that when you were 14, caught hammered by a policeman in a park? Are you drunk? Yeah, it's my heritage. Get out of the shopping trolley. It is a long ship. I do have respect for the police, obviously, yeah. I have a favourite policeman. He's a policeman near where I live, and he's just qualified. He's 5'2", and he's just qualified. That's brilliant. 5'2", and he works for the traffic corps as a cone, I would imagine. Imagine being pulled over by him. You'd hear the knock on the window. Do you know why I stopped you? Because Gandalf told you to. Don't be smart, don't be grumpy. The only place I've ever been arrested was actually Northern Ireland. I was arrested for speeding. And this is true, I was brought into Banbridge police station, and the custody sergeant said to me, "You're being charged with driving in excess of the speed limit, do you have anything to say?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Go on, say something, go on. If you say something, the arresting officer, Tony, has to read it out in court. Go on, say something." Yeah, he's thick as a plank, use a long word, go on. I should have done this. "You're being charged with driving in excess of the speed limit, do you have anything to say?" "Nothing. However, I, Constable Tony Jackson, have an admission to make. Sometimes late at night I touch myself thinking of you, Your Honour." Because he would have to go into court and go, "The defendant said nothing. However, I, Constable Tony Jackson, have an admission to make." I've been banned from Ryanair. I think I've been banned from Ryanair. I did a gig with Michael O'Leary, who's the head of Ryanair. It's true. It was called the Midlands Gateway Awards, right? It was a black tie event, and they said to me, here's his introduction. You're the MC. He's the keynote speaker. He's worth €500 million. He's doing this gig for free. Please don't mess with his introduction. In 1987, Ryanair ferried 5,000 passengers across Europe. In 2007, they carried 20 million passengers across Europe. Everybody went, Of those 20 million, 10 million got to the country they'd originally booked for. And some got their bags back. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael O'Leary, right? And he goes, and he's standing there looking like a penguin who's been interfered with at this point, right? So he walks up to the lectern, because he's a penguin, not because he's been interfered with. I'm here in my hometown, people don't even talk to me here, and this little bastard is having a go at me. Calls me a little bastard. Meanwhile, I'm sitting down, writing down every single Ryanair joke that I can think of down. Keep going, Michael, keep going, right? He finishes, I get back up. Right, Michael, watch this for a 25-minute turnaround. The reason they don't talk to you here is because they're afraid you'll charge them for it. Then I folded up a paper airplane. This is my proudest moment of a long time. I folded up a paper airplane. I said, I'd like to symbolically represent a Ryanair flight now, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't massively symbolic of a Ryanair plane. This plane is quite sturdy. You can just imagine. That corner over there is the country that you actually want to go to. Just imagine, right? And I just turned and just licked it. That's correct. At this point, he's not laughing. I thought, in for a penny, in for a pound, which ironically is a Ryanair fare to Stansted, you know. I said, well, I like you. He goes, really? I said, yeah. Every time you open a new route, you dressed in the costume of that route. You know, for the PR purposes. You went to Rome, you dressed as a cardinal. You went to Munich, you dressed in lederhosen. He goes, yeah. I said, I hope you never fly to Thailand. The idea of you firing ping pong balls out of your Westmeath hole fills me with dread. Sucky $10, or with taxes and charges, €150. He still wasn't laughing. I thought, just keep going. You're never going to get this opportunity again. So I said, I like you, though. You've got 2 kids. I can't figure that out. He went, yeah. I said, I just can't imagine you spoon-feeding a toddler. He went, spoon-feeding a toddler? He said, yeah, just you going, here comes the plane. Here comes the plane. But you haven't paid for priority boarding. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to play you tonight. Enjoy the rest of your night. See you again sometime. Good luck. Goodbye.